I've never seen an episode of South Park, but recently it was recommended to me by a number of different people for various different reasons. And the episode they wanted me to see on South Park was the episode about Meghan Markle and Harry. The episode it wasn't very sympathetic, especially about Meghan Markle. The story was about their brand and how to market themselves, what would sell and how to sell it. And it seemed like playing the victim was their best angle. Oddly, we can't be redeemed if your identity always depends on someone else always being the bad guy. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith at Sunday Coffee Hour. We talk about everything and nothing. Last Sunday, we talked about food allergies, signing an apartment lease, and woke school boards. The readings this week at Washington National Cathedral were from Ezekiel about the dry bones, and from Romans about how we all need to be alive in the Spirit. The gospel reading was about the raising of Lazarus. At Washington National Cathedral, Dana preached about the idea that maybe Lazarus didn't really want to be brought back from the dead, and that being resurrected could actually be a horrific experience. Coming back to life can be painful and disorienting. When we consider what the resurrection or returning to life might look like, sometimes we could consider it might just be easier to remain dead. At Riverside Church in Rockford, Illinois, they had a sermon about miracles and the idea that Christ could perform any miracles. But we assume that that meant getting rid of all the bad people. But did it ever occur to us that Christ could have accomplished a lot more than that? He could have actually accomplished a lot of good stuff. And the question to the congregation was, are we really open to the good stuff? Or are we just programmed for more of the bad? At St. James Cathedral here in Chicago, Lisa talked about the idea of emerging from our COVID cave, just like Lazarus rising from the dead. It's kind of a horrific experience, and similar to emerging from the pandemic, we're emerging from our place of darkness and despair. And it reminds us that we started out with the idea, the concept of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but somewhere we had our lives taken away from us, and we lost our liberty, and happiness has been replaced by fear and control. We all want to be in control, but since none of us actually are in control, it's very, very anxiety producing. Lisa said, but there are signs of life here at St. James, and that St. James, they're bucking the national trends with attendance, which is up, giving, which is up, and outreach ministry, which is also on the rise. And why would that be? What would be the driver to St. James or any church or anywhere or anything? Just like Harry and Meghan, we can't be redeemed by being less than we are and being the victim. Well, that model is just a continuation of the scarcity model, and we see how that worked out. Christ didn't die for our sins. He died so we could continue living in our craziness. And we've been doing that now for almost 1990 years. Christ became less than himself so that we could perceive ourselves as more. It's that scarcity model. Our success depends on someone else not doing so well. It depends on someone being the bad person. Someone has to be the transphobic person. Someone needs to be prejudiced, or perhaps even worse, a Republican. In our time, we have the perfect embodiment of everything that is bad in one person, and that person is Donald Trump. It's not a manifestation of everything that's bad in the world. It's our manifestation of everything that doesn't mean we're a good person. You can't be redeemed if your identity depends on someone else always being the bad guy. Even if that person is Donald Trump, or Meghan Markle. It's a losing proposition. If you would like to join us at Sunday Coffee Hour is every Sunday at 12 noon Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.